Hello, I'm Boston, moderator for this HTML and CSS Introductory Series. In this episode, we will begin with the commenting in and commenting out of codes within our site. As always, if you're just joining us, please preview the previous videos in this series as this one starts where the last ended. From time to time, website authors and instructors add instructions or notes to their code in order to remember something or guide another designer through their code. Obviously, this would require that the browser ignore this information and not see it as usable code. So now we introduce an element that allows us to blind any code in an HTML and CSS sheet. This is achieved in an HTML sheet with comment tags angle bracket, explanation point, dash dash, angle dash dash, angle bracket. And in CSS with a backslash, an asterisk mark, then an asterisk mark, and a backslash. Let's use this in our code by adding below our head element of our HTML sheet effective code below this line. Effective code below this line. This will look like this. Once again, on our index sheet, below the head element, comment out effective code below this line. After this has been achieved, let's continue by adding style to our header. First thing we do is enter the element header in our style sheet. In our CSS style sheet, you want to enter the element header. By selecting this, we add control to every header element on our HTML style sheet. After the header selection, add controlling attributes and values to the header by adding a width of 100%, a height of 80 pixels, and a background color of black. So we want to add attributes with, behind a curly bracket, colon, 100%, semicolon, height, attribute, colon, 80 pix, semicolon, and the background color attribute colon, the value of black, semicolon, and the ending curly bracket. Once again, on our CSS style sheet, add the header element with attributes width valued at 100%, height valued at 80 pixels, and background color valued at black. Then we want to go below our CSS ID title element and enter a H1 element with a color attribute valued at white. Again, we want to go below our CSS ID title element and enter an H1 element with a color attribute valued at white. Again, we want to go to our CSS sheet below our ID title element and enter an H1 element with an attribute, with a color attribute valued at white. In your CSS sheet, the color attributes will assign a color to all the fonts that are related to the element that the attribute is assigned to. Save, refresh, review. This concludes episode 4 of this basic HTML and CSS series. Please like and continue in order with the next episode. Please also take the time to let the sponsor's message that precedes these lessons play out in its entirety. It takes less than a minute and truly helps us to cover a little of the expense it costs us to provide these coding lessons. As always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Peace.